This is Hot Mic.
Hot Mic.
On the networks of WDAY.
WDAY.
Here's Dom Izzo.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're still taking a deep breath after the breaking news on the Pohlad family not going to sell the twins. We'll get into that more later on in the show. We'll take a quick detour from that. Pretty pumped to have our next guest on, who last time we chatted with her was right in the craziness of her transferring from the University of North Dakota to North Dakota State, and now ready for the new basketball season. We just found out the non-conference schedule late last week for the Bison women, and we already know how great of a basketball player she is. She's starting to give back. She held her first basketball camp last week. We're talking about Jocie Schiller, who joins us now on the show, former state champion in about 8 different sports out of Grand Forks, Red River, and about to enter her sophomore year in the Summit League. It's great to see you. I want to start with when we chatted in April, it was the height of everything. So how long did it take for things to die down after you announced you were going to transfer from UND to NDSU, where things were still, how long were things still crazy, I guess?
Yeah, obviously right when I kind of put it out there, it was a little crazy for a couple days, a week or so, but then it started to die down, and I definitely was hearing more from NDSU fans and people down in Fargo that were more excited than anything else back here. So
did you, I guess, hear your family here? What was blowback in Grand Forks? Like, I can't believe she's doing this. Did that get to you at all?
not really. I mean, obviously some people are going to be upset, but I think the people that have followed me from high school on and people who like really know me, they all said they're excited to see me only go an hour away, instead of across the country or something. So I think the people that really know who I am and that I definitely have a connection with are definitely really excited to see me up here.
So we didn't have a chance to get into this a ton, but when you went in the portal, it blew up. Did that surprise you? I mean, you got offers from a ton of schools. Can you describe that?
Yeah, I think going into the transfer portal, you don't really know like what to expect, but I definitely was a little surprised. There was so many schools that reached out, which obviously was just crazy experience. I didn't really experience that in my recruiting process back in high school, but it was definitely crazy. But I definitely didn't want to go too far, and I just loved everything about NDSU, so it was a pretty easy decision.
How weird or random is it get message from people you don't know that want you to come there or want to talk? Can you go through that process?
Yeah, it was definitely weird. I mean, all these random schools like from across the country that some of them I barely even hear of, and they're all just wanting to talk and all this. And again, I'm like super grateful for even that opportunity to talk to them. But I definitely knew, someone down in Florida, I wasn't going to be going down there. But it was definitely just an exciting experience, and just kind of to see how my freshman year went and to see that other people kind of noticed that was pretty cool too.
Did you pay it much mind from the schools that you hadn't heard of, or not much at all?
I mean, not too much, I would say, no.
I have to. So that's now in the rear view. You just went through summer workouts. Just describe how this adjustment has gone here. You've played 1 year of college basketball, but now it's in a different spot with a new team. How did that go?
Yeah, it's been super good. I mean, the girls are all super welcoming, and I felt really comfortable with all of them and definitely have fun with them. And then the workouts, they've been really good too. It's good to be a part of this team is just really good, really skilled, and works good together. So definitely was an exciting summer and got a lot of work in, but I'm excited to get back down there later in a couple weeks and hit it again. So
Jocie, when we talked, it was only an idea, like how you could fit in. Now you've been on there. How do you see yourself fitting in now with this team that's got a lot of talent back for this upcoming fall and winter?
yeah, they're definitely talented. I mean, they're pretty much all back. So I'm just excited to, find my spot in there. I don't know what it's going to be specifically, but obviously I trust Jory and I trust all the other coaches, and I'm excited to get to play with, some good fast guards and things like that, and obviously some really good post players. So I'm just really excited, honestly.
I think the biggest review I got of your play last year was like, but I knew she was good. I don't think I knew she was that good. How do you take that, obviously, of your freshman year and you're named the freshman of the year on the Summit League?
Yeah, I think a lot of people definitely underestimated me just because, I'm a smaller guard and come from North Dakota, which might not be the biggest basketball state. But I think just going in, I knew that I just like played with all my heart and did what I knew I could do, that the results would kind of show up. And I mean, I've been working for that since like third, fourth grade. So to see it all come together and people kind of recognize that was pretty cool.
They didn't know that you won like every state championship available and you'd never get tired because you ran cross country, you ran track. I mean, how much do you think that helped in terms of helping endurance? Because it's obviously it's different going from high school to college ball.
Yeah, I think it definitely helped. And I think one of the biggest things is with those sports, like the mental toughness of
Yeah.
like, you're in a 3 mile race, you're 2 miles in, you still got a mile, you know? I think that definitely helped me on the court, just being like, oh, you still got another quarter left to play. But I think it definitely helped doing those sports in high school.
Do you ever actually get tired?
Oh, definitely a little bit, but you just got to out there, you know, don't let anyone see that you're tired.
That's a great point. The mental part of that is a great point you bring up because especially those sports, you're cross country, especially you're by yourself. That's a total individual sport. How much does that make you mentally tougher when you're doing a sport like that?
For sure. It's definitely made me mentally tougher
Yeah.
from doing it for even just 3 years. But I think being able to take that and learning that in basketball, obviously you're on a team and you have people you can lean on and use them to help you like push yourself, is really something that I've learned. But I really like that much more than cross country. So
I have to ask here. You went. The team did a team bonding deal a couple weeks ago on a high rope course. How did that go for you?
it was good. It was really fun experience with the team. There were some funny moments, but it was good just seeing everyone. You know, we had to climb this huge like pole up in the air and jump off that. We did this big swing thing, and it was really fun. And some people were a little scared, but everyone did it, so it was good.
Are you good on heights? I'm not a heights guy, so that's nothing for me.
Yeah, I'd say I'm fine with heights. I mean, when I climbed that pole, I kind of jumped off right away just to get it done. Yeah.
I mentioned off the top of the show that you hosted your first basketball camp last week. First, before we get into the nitty gritty, how long has this been something you wanted to do? Has this been an idea you've had for a long time?
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously went to so many camps as a kid, and to be able to be at this level now and people want to come to a camp that I'm putting on is something really special. And being able to just like give back to these kids and get to talk to all of them and just kind of get to know a bunch of the younger girls in the community was something that was really special and I was really excited to do.
I'm not telling you this because you're on the air. The shirts are sweet. Those are who made those? Those are fantastic.
Yeah, it was so North Dakota Tough Gear and Stein Seed. They kind of put it all together, made the graphics, gave us all the shirts. But yeah, they were pretty cool. I would say.
When you saw the design, what was your reaction to see your face on a shirt?
I know. I never really thought my face would just like be on a shirt with like Schiller Skills Camp or whatever. But it was just so cool. It was just to see that and for these like younger girls, I heard some of them they're like, "Oh, I can't wait to wear this to school or wear this around," and that was just so cool
I
to
was going to
see.
say, what was your reaction when you heard that?
Oh, it was surreal, honestly. I mean, we had like 84 girls show up, and between the two sessions, is just crazy to think that that many people from North Dakota, Minnesota would travel. I mean, people traveled from Valley City all the way
Wow.
Grand Forks, Warren. We had groups of girls, and just to see people from all over was really cool. Just to see that they wanted to come to a camp put on by me.
Is that kind of a pinch me moment? Like this is even beyond what I thought it could be?
I would say so. I mean, when I decided to do the camp and when we kind of were getting it all together, I didn't know how many kids we were going to do because I did it with Corey Lorenz and his buckets training. And originally we were like, well, maybe we'll just use where he does his workouts, you know, a little gym. But then we had to move it all the way to big Castleton High School and use both gyms and had a lot of people there. And yeah, it was crazy.
So give us the age range you were working with and what drills, what were you doing during the camp?
Yeah, so we had like two different sessions. So it was like 2.5 hour sessions. So there was a third grade through fifth grade group and then sixth through eighth grade group. And kind of just take them through some ball handling, different drills around the rim for about the first half of it. And then we kind of just let them play and did some 3-on-3, 1-on-1s, 5-on-5, and let them have fun with each other.
Yeah.
And that was definitely fun just to kind of walk around and talk to them throughout all of it and give high fives to everyone and just see how excited they all were to even be there.
Did you get out and hoop it up too?
I should have, but I'm just on the sideline trying to coach him up a little bit.
What you mentioned? You went to a bunch of these. Was there a camp that stood out to you? Like, boy, that left a mark. Is there one you remember from growing up that you went to?
I mean, I wouldn't say there's one specific one. I'm going to remember my high school camp that I went to from when I was young, the Future Rough Riders camp. Definitely loved that one.
Yeah.
So to go from going to that, then putting that one on, then to putting my own one on is crazy. Yeah.
So what was feedback that you got from it? What did you hear from parents that went to it, or the kids that went to it?
Yeah, I mean, all the kids, they seemed super excited. They all, wanted to take pictures after, which I really loved. And I think hopefully we get some of them to come to all these games. And obviously, if they come to the game, I was like, come and say hi after. I'll come and talk to you about your season, see how it's all going. And there was some girls that were already there, want to know when the next camp's going to be next. Definitely going to have to put this on again.
Well, and wear the shirt, right? You got to do that.
I know. I was told them, I was like, I got to make sure you wear these shirts around.
So you had the feedback from that. Is it automatic? Hey, I got to do this again. Maybe be bigger. If you've thought about that for next year.
Yeah, I definitely want to do it again. I think I just really loved it, and just seeing all those girls like so excited to be there and excited to play basketball was really cool. And I definitely want to do it again. If it gets bigger, that'd be great. It sounds like a lot of the girls would really want to come back. So
that's awesome.
I'm excited.
The level of play, you grew up in the state, so you've seen it firsthand. I think you and I talked about when you were still in high school. I know when you committed initially out of high school. To see where we're at now, there are girls that just got offered, Jocie, that are just entering their freshman year of high school. You describe that of where we're at with North Dakota girls basketball right now?
Yeah, the individual players that are coming up right now, obviously some of these younger girls, is insane. They're so good, and it's just really cool to see that North Dakota is producing some of these people. And like I said earlier, North Dakota isn't known as a basketball state necessarily, but now we have a few girls that are in Division I schools right now. We got a bunch more that all have offers, so I think it's just cool to see the growth over at least my high school years till now, and just see how much better everyone's getting. And it's exciting for, I think, the younger girls too, to see that these girls are going to college basketball and they want to do that. So
if you got your first offer during your freshman year, how do you think you would have handled that?
I don't even know. That's so crazy to
right?
me. I mean, you're still so young. You don't even really understand it, I feel like sometimes, but it's super cool for them. I'm really happy for all of them, and I'm excited to see, what other offers they get and how their whole high school careers go.
Is it more like, is the skill better in your mind? Like you saw it, you played against some really good players. Your current teammate now, Mariley Simon, you played against in high school, who's obviously was getting recruited at an early age. So just, is the skill better now, or why the recent change in your mind?
I would definitely say that there's some really good skill, and I just think one of the main things is just seeing how much work all these girls are putting in. They're putting in so many hours a day doing all these different training sessions, and I think it's obviously really paying off for them, and people are seeing that it's working for them, so younger girls are going to start doing that and really just want to work at it to kind of get to that level, and they're going to see now what it takes to get to the level, I think.
I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How much, though, would you advocate for even these girls who got Division I offers, who are just entering high school, to not just play basketball? You did so many different sports. How much would you still say you got to do other stuff, not just hoops?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really important. I mean, especially if you're going to play basketball in college. Once you hit there, it's just basketball. You're done with all other sports. But in high school, I think it's just good to try a bunch of different things. I mean, I randomly just joined cross country and everything, but you're going to make so many new friends, so many more connections, just throughout your community even. And I think just having a little break sometimes from basketball specifically is really important, especially when you're younger like that.
Was there ever a sport you tried? You're like, I'm not doing that one again. Is there one that comes to mind?
Well, I mean, I did so many sports growing up. I did volleyball, softball, just things, soccer, all those, and they just didn't really stick with me too much. So I guess I just wanted to run in a straight line and yes.
Is that really the story? You just randomly showed up for cross country and went out, and that was it?
Yep. My brother, He ran it so many years, and he's like, "You just got to try it." And all my friends were telling me, I was like, "Okay, I guess we'll go for
That
it."
is wild. When did you find out you were pretty good at it? How long did that into it?
Well, I mean, obviously that first year I did it, our team won conference. I was able to win conference. That was pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting that going in. I'll say that. But kind of like I said before, it's to have like the mental toughness to be able to keep going during the races is something that I think grew from my sophomore year to my senior year, but definitely was still there my sophomore year to help me be the best I could.
All right, now I've gotten we're getting sidetracked here, but is there any course like you're like, why are we doing this? North Dakota seems perfect for cross country, how flat it is, but was there one like, what are we doing?
Okay, well, the state course is at Jamestown
Jamestown.
every, and obviously there's like a half mile of just straight like switchbacks, hills and everything, which isn't it's fine, but there's this huge hill right at the end of that, and it's just straight up, and you get to the top and you realize you still have like half a mile to go. Sometimes I'm questioning my decisions right there. So
That's awesome. It's so great to catch up. Thanks so much for doing this. Congrats on the camp. That looked like it was a blast. And stay healthy. We'll look forward to seeing you on the court pretty soon, okay?
yes, thank you so much.
Great to see you. Jocie Schiller joining us from Grand Forks, of course, now North Dakota State sophomore guard, make her debut with the Bison coming up here in just a couple months. We know their non-conference schedule. They'll open the year, the Bison will, at Northern Iowa coming up on November 3. We'll break. I think my next guest is already here, and if we got a chance to talk to him, we're going to get him early. We'll do it with EO. Eric Olson will join us, Sargent County head football coach, coming up as we roll on a busy Wednesday morning edition of Hot Mike. We're back on WDAY Extra right after this.